Hey everyone, and welcome back to Pokémon Insurgence. I hope everybody is staying happy, healthy, and safe. On this part of Pokémon Insurgence, we're going to be taking on probably the last challenge that there is to offer in this game. This game has so much content, and we're finally getting down to the last of it. So for this reason, I kind of got out some new Pokemon. I actually brought out Golem, and you can also see that Arceus is here with us. I'm going to be using probably one of the easiest ways to set up here. But first things first, we actually have to go to the Pika Taxi guy, and we're going to be needing to soar through the skies of Tauren. I'm starting from Uranus Town because Uranus Town is as far north as we can go on the main continent. And we really want to head over here to the Dev Island. We're going to land over here on the Dev Island, and you'll actually see Suzerain over here greeting us. Unfortunately, Golem's massive arms are kind of blocking him out. Hey there, welcome to Dev Island. If you'd like, you can have a chance to battle against some of the main developers and testers that made this game possible. A fair warning though, these battles are intended for post-game and are very, very difficult. I'm talking max level EV trained Pokemon difficult. Please, don't come fight us until you're ready. Oh, that's too bad. Also, I feel like I dropped down over here earlier, but there usually is an X speed 2 when you first come down here. So that aside, when you enter this main section, you'll find a ton of the developers as NPCs. They're just kind of wandering around, and you can battle them in any order that you would like. Over here is the Dev Island Tower, and it tells you how many of them you've defeated. So right now we have 0 out of 9. And there are certain things inside that tower that you might like. For instance, at this point, you could potentially have most of the Pokemon in your Pokedex, except for 3 that you can't get until you defeat all of them. So it's kind of like their own final challenge. In one way, it feels kind of scummy because it feels a little bit forced, but on the other hand, I can understand. I mean, they're the developers. They want to be included in their own game. They want people to see them, and that's a good way of making sure that happens. So I'll go over the team really quickly. These 3 are not that important. I just kind of trained them up just to train them up. We've got Arceus here with the Crystal Piece. I'm sure you remember this, but this is basically the Extreme Killer set. It has Swords Dance, Extreme Speed, Recover, and Earthquake. We're going to be sweeping through most of the battles with Arceus, but we do need a little bit of help here. So I brought in Golem. Golem has the Focus Sash, and it has Magic Bounce, as well as Safeguard, Explosion, and Stealth Rock. Hammer Arm doesn't really matter that much. And then we have D Brown. D Brown also has the Focus Sash, and D Brown also has Reflect and Light Screen. It does also have Baton Pass and Taunt, but those don't really matter that much. Well, Taunt's actually pretty helpful, but the goal is to use Golem and D Brown over there to kind of help Arceus have better conditions to set up in. And once we get Arceus up to +6 attack with Swords Dance, we sweep. These teams are pretty serious, they're pretty heavy, and we're going to be starting over here with the one called Demonite. Hey, I hope you're ready to have an awesome battle. Let's get going. They've also got a pretty cool theme going. So he starts off with the Tyranitar. It's got Sandstream, it's got the T-Tar armor, it's got Stealth Rock, Fire Blast, Ice Beam, and Crunch. My only goal here is to get up Stealth Rocks. Most of these teams do not like Stealth Rocks. His team in specific actually has one Pokemon that's 4 times weak to it, and one Pokemon with multi-scale, which will break that if we have Rocks up. Next, I'll send out D-Brown. I believe he usually tries to set up rocks on me, so I'll just taunt. Shut that down. Then I'll set up Reflect. And then I'll set up Light Screen. I should get knocked out right here. Or maybe not. Okay, he should knock me out at this point then. So now I should be able to send in my RCS right here. It'll go Primal, and we can begin setting up. So at this point, there's really not much you can do. I'm just going to go ahead and hit an Earthquake right here. I'll go ahead and Extreme Speed this. This is his Mega Delta Bisharp. It has Aerial Ace, Rock Tomb, Power Punch, Drain Punch. Doesn't really matter. We are +6 attack, and we're just going to knock this out really, really easily. Next up is the Dragonite. This has multi-scale and a choice band, has Outrage, Extreme Speed, Earthquake, and Fire Punch. This is why I wanted to set up Stealth Rocks, or one of the reasons why. Next up we have Excadrill. Excadrill has the Air Balloon, has Sand Rush, has Rapid Spin, Earthquake, Iron Head, and Rock Slide. And it's gone. We also have Greninja right here. Has Protein, has the Life Orb, has Scald, Ice Beam, Hidden Power, Grass, and Extra Sensory. And finally, we have Talonflame. You're probably going to see a couple Talonflames in these teams. Gale Wings, Choice Band, Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, U-Turn, and Tailwind. And it's gone. Oh well, that was fun. Alright, so that is 1 out of 9 down. As you can see, this might take a while. Also, I did cut away just to go heal up my team. Unfortunately, every time you leave to heal up at a Pokemon Center, you're going to have to use the soaring mechanic to get back here, which is really unfortunate. But that's fine, we're kind of at the end of the game. It doesn't matter if it takes a little while longer. So next up, we're going to have this guy right here. This is Lunardusk. I heard you found a new Delta species. That's incredible. Hope you're ready for a battle. He is probably one of the easier battles here. He's got the Charizard out there. It's got the Charizard IY, has Roost, Flamethrower, Focus Blast, Air Slash. And obviously it's going to Mega Evolve and end up having Drought. I don't really mind. I'm just going to go ahead and set up Stealth Rocks. He only has one Pokemon on his team that has multi-scale. And I don't believe he actually has any Focus Sashes. So I could probably leave that. I will go ahead and go into D-Brown right here. And I'll set up that Light Screen. Set up the Reflect. And he should take me down. I don't think I've had to use any Focus Ashes yet, but I prefer to have them just in case. So again, same procedure as before. We're going to Sword Stance up to max and sweep through everything. This Pokemon is incredibly overpowered. I believe I showed it off against the Elite Four rematches, and even during a doubles battle, it pretty much did everything it was supposed to do. So again, there is the Charizard Y down. Next up, he's got a Heliolisk. It's got Solar Power, Life Orb, Hyper Voice, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, Grass Knot, and it's gone. Next up, he's going to have the Delta Arcanine. This is what had the multi-scale, so that's broken. has leftovers Extreme Speed, Sword Stance, Outrage, and Earthquake. And that's gone too. He also has the Delta Noivern, so it has Chlorophyll, Life Orb, Solar Beam, Flash Cannon, Hidden Power, Ground, and Growth. You can kind of tell this was supposed to be some sort of Sun team, but unfortunately, between the setup, the Sun was just kind of gone by the time any of his other Pokemon got out here. Right here, he has his Prankster Sableye with the Heat Rock. It has Sunny Day, Will-O-Wisp, Knock Off, and Recover. Doesn't really matter because Extreme Speed outspeeds Prankster. And finally, he has his Gliscor, Poison Heal, Toxic Orb, Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, Roost, and Defog. And it's gone. Alright, I am back from going and healing up. Also, I didn't talk to him afterwards. Alright, time to go hunting. It's really cool because not only do you get an insight into a little bit of the devs, but their teams also kind of just show what Pokemon they like, what kind of themes they like, things like that. Right over here we have our third battle. Hope you're ready to battle. This is going to be rad, dude. And this is Dank Rabbit right here. A lot of the sprites are really cool. So he's starting off with a Clefable, has Magic Guard, Leftovers, Stealth Rocks, Moonblast, Flamethrower, Soft Boiled. I'm just going to get up my rocks right here. And then I will explode just in case he doesn't knock me out. Send in D Brown. I think I'll get up a Taunt. Then a Light Screen. And then a Reflect. It would be kind of nice if I got knocked out. Oh, that's fine. I'm sure Arceus can deal with it. So I'll go ahead and set up my Sword Stance. And I shouldn't take that much damage. Alright, there we go. The screen's faded, but we're all set up, so I can now just kind of extreme speed spam. So next up we have the Delta Lopunny. As the Delta Lopunite, Protect, Zen Headbutt, High Jump Kick, and Mach Punch. And none of that really matters. So after that is going to be the Delta Crustle. So this has Simple, has the White Herb, has Shell Smash, Metal Claw, Play Rough, and Facade. So we actually kind of saw that setup earlier in the game. You would Shell Smash, drop your defenses, recover them with the White Herb, and then just kind of wreck things. We also have the Scolipede. I kind of brought one of my own, but I probably won't be using it. It has Mold Breaker, the Choice Scarf, Stone Edge, Flare Blitz, Mega Horn, and Earthquake. And it's gone. We also have the Klefki here. Prankster, Leftovers, Thunderwave, Foul Play, Swagger, and Draining Kiss. Thankfully, we have Extreme Speed, so we don't have to deal with that. And finally, we have Slowbro. Regenerator, Assault Vest, Scald, Psyshock, Shadow Ball, and Grass Knot. And it's gone. But why though? Well, why not? Once again, I kind of left the island, healed everything up, and we're gonna just keep moving on up north and continue to take on the devs. So we'll go ahead and take on this guy right here. I believe this is Mr. Singer. Hey, Icy. What do you say to a battle? Just a friendly match, it'll be great. Yep, that was Mr. Singer. So again, we're seeing another Tyranitar. Sandstream, T-Tar Armor, Earthquake, Stone Edge, Superpower, and Outrage. So this one is purely offensive. I am just going to go ahead and set up my Stealth Rocks right here. And I actually didn't have to use my Focus Sash. So I'll send in D-Brown right here. We should be able to get up our Reflect. Unfortunately, that wasted a turn of it, but that's fine. I wish he didn't do that. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and switch into Arceus, not waste any time. He's missing his attacks, and he also lowered his attack when he used Superpower, so this is just really, really easy setup fodder. Alright, I'm back. I got everything set up this time. No critical hits, although it's still a little bit unfortunate. But we should be good. I'm just gonna go ahead and extreme speed everything. It feels like a little bit of a shame to sweep them all like this, but this is the easiest way to deal with all their teams. They have a wide variety of teams, and they use pretty decent competitive gimmicks, actually. Or some of them are actually not gimmicks. This is the Thunders. It has Prankster, Life Orb, Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, and Hidden Power Ice. You're going to notice some Pokemon such as Clefairy and lots of Talonflames that are kind of relics of Generation 6 competitive. This here is going to be the Breloom, as Poison Heal, Toxic Orb, Spore, Drain Punch, Seed Bomb, and Facade. And again, we're just going to knock it out with Extreme Speed. This is the Lugia, has Multi-Scale, Life Orb, Roost, Calm Mind, Psychic, Ice Beam. So again, this is one of those Pokemon that we kind of wanted to have the Stealth Rocks up for because it had the multi-scale. And Lugia is just really, really bulky. This is going to be the Salamence. It has the Intimidate, has the Salamence-ite, Dragon Dance, Roost, Earthquake, and Double Edge. None of that matters. And it's gone. And finally, we should have the Volcarona. I believe that's the last Pokemon. So Flame Body, Lumberry, Quiver Dance, Fire Blast, Giga Drain, and Bug Buzz. And we're not even going to give that a chance. Hey, look at that. You won, but don't think I'll let you win that easily next time. After we take on Mr. Singer over here, we can actually surf into the middle. There's a little island over here, and over here we'll find someone that I hope everybody that's played this is a little bit familiar with. I'm definitely gonna win this. I mean, what else do you expect? This is Echo the Third. Considering his name is all over most of the Delta entries, I think it's kind of fitting. So he starts off with the Delta Luxray, as Venomous has the Air Balloon, has Spikes, Toxic Spikes, Poison Jab, Earthquake. I think this is actually the one battle that I don't need Stealth Rocks up for. But I'll put them up anyways, just to be safe. Then I'll go into D-Brown right here. I'll taunt this, just to make sure he doesn't get up any more spikes or toxic spikes. I didn't actually expect him to be faster than me. I'll go ahead and set up the Reflect. Hopefully I get knocked out next turn. So that's fine. One layer of spikes isn't really anything too bad. And at least it isn't Toxic Spikes. Toxic Spikes would absolutely ruin this, although in that case I also have Safeguard as an option, so that doesn't really matter too much. So again, he'll probably try to set up spikes on me. And now it's too late because we'll just end up sweeping his entire team. Again, it's kind of a waste, but a lot of these teams are actually pretty good. This Delta Raichu right here has Gale Wings, it has Choice Specs, has Hurricane, Focus Blast, Moon Blast, and Hidden Power Ground. And again, Gale Wings is absolutely no match for Extreme Speed. He also has the Delta Meloetta. It's got Filter, it's got the Choice Band, has Knockoff, Play Rough, Fire Punch, and Sucker Punch. We have the Golem after that. It's a Delta Golem, has Magic Bounce, Leftovers, Stone Edge, Zen Headbutt, Earthquake, and Rock Polish. He has Politoed after that, which has Water Absorb, actually, but it also has the Politoedite. Has Scald, Ice Beam, Rest, and Sleep Talk. So it's going to Mega Evolve and set up that Drizzle. And finally, he has a Molga. Has Motor Drive, the Life Orb, Volt Switch, Air Slash, Thunder Wave, and Knockoff. I'm guessing he just likes Emolga. Most of his team is actually Deltas, or obviously you have the Politoed, which is a new Mega in Insurgence. Can I be honest for a second? I know nothing about battling. I just wing things and hope for the best. Same. So after Echo the Third, we're going to go ahead and go to the right. So, I see. How do you feel about the tails you have carved out? And this is going to be Zero Breaker. He's probably got my favorite sprite out of any of the developers here. So he's got the Scolipede, it's got Speed Boost, Focus Sash, Toxic Spikes, Poison Jab, Earthquake, and Baton Pass. It's kind of annoying. I'm going to set up Stealth Rocks right here. It has a bit of a habit of actually switching out and baton passing into other things. So I'll set up a Safeguard if he lets me. If he doesn't, that's fine. I'll send in D Brown right here. I probably can't taunt it, but I'll try just in case. Okay, that's completely fine. So this is going to be Mega Bisharp right here, as Defiant, has the Bisharpite, has Iron Head, Swords Dance, Sucker Punch, and Low Kick. Or, actually, I got faked out. Turns out this is going to be the Delta Liepard, or the Delta Liepard. Has the Choice Scarf, has Moonblast, Shadow Ball, Knockoff, and U-Turn. So it's going to crit me and knock me out right here. Actually, why not? Why not? I'll let my own Scolipede have some fun. So I didn't show this guy off, but I believe... Oh, I didn't give him an item. That's fine. So my Scolipede right over here just has the moves Earthquake, Sword Stance, Rock Slide, and Flare Blitz. I don't think you really get a whole lot of opportunity to set up here, but I could if I wanted to. And I actually might. So I'll just go ahead and set up right there. I'll Flare Blitz into this and probably knock it out. So again, as you can see, it was the Delta Liepard with its illusion, kind of freaking me out. I'm just going to switch into Arceus right here. As he switches into his Choice Banded Delta Bisharp. Has Aerial Ace, High Jump Kick, Blaze Kick, Mach Punch. I'm guessing by the fact that he has two Bisharps on his team, the regular variant and the Delta variant, that he's a bit of a Bisharp fan. I can only assume. But that's gone. Next up, we have the Superior right here. Has Drizzle, has the Choice Specs, has Hydro Pump, Draco Meteor, Thunder, and Ice Beam. So that can be really annoying. Even with just one Sword Stance up, I can knock it out though. Here we're going to have the Mega Bisharp though. I mentioned this already when I thought it was the Delta Liepard. Has Defiant, has the Bisharp Bite, has Iron Head, Sword Stance, Sucker Punch, Low Kick. I should be faster. I'll just use Extreme Speed, just to be safe. I don't know if that crit mattered, but that's fine. Next up, we have the Reuniclus. Has Magic Guard, Life Orb, Psyshock, Focus Blast, Calm Mind, and Recover. And again, I'm just going to Extreme Speed this. Didn't quite knock it out, but I should knock it out with this next hit. And finally, he should send his Scolipede back in. Our Stealth Rocks should take care of the Focus Ash, and we should be able to just hit this with an Extreme Speed and take the win. Ah yes, not every story has a golden ending after all. I don't know, I think my story is going pretty well. Alright, so the next trainer we're going to take on is all the way up here. And you'll also notice that I have D Brown in the front slot, and that's for a very, very good reason. She's going to tell us to sawed off. This is apparently Sleepy Mondale, and she has an Umbreon. Synchronize, Leftovers, Wish, Toxic, Substitute, and Foul Play. Umbreon is just one of those really, really, really annoying Pokemon. So it's going to Foul Play me and drop me to my Sash. I'm going to go ahead and set up a Reflect and let it knock me out. And that's completely fine, because now it can't use its Wish, it can't use Toxic or Substitute, and I should be able to set up with Sword Stance a couple times. Foul Play does do a lot of damage to you depending on how high your attack is, because it uses your own attack against you. But I think this should be enough to sweep. So I'm just going to go ahead and use Earthquake. And yeah, I think we should be good. So next up is going to be Golurk. Has Guts, has the Flame Orb, has Bullet Punch, Mach Punch, Close Combat, and Earthquake. So I'll just drop in Extreme Speed, and that's gone. Next up we have Delta Pidgeot. Has Marvel Scale, has Flame Orb, Roost, Glare, Dark Pulse, and Double Team. That's kind of cruel, but that's fine, that's fine. After that, we have Delta Regice, Storm Drain, Leftovers, Charge Beam, Recover, Surf, and Protect. And it's actually really bulky, but I can apparently live a Charge Beam. I think if it used Surf, it would have knocked me out. And then right here we have the Delta Milotic as the Delta Miloite, Shadow Ball, Mirror Coat, Will-O-Wisp, and Recover. It's so weird seeing this. I've seen too many Milotics at this point. Right now I'm just way more familiar and adjusted to the Avian Milotic. Milotic is really, really bulky, but it's whatever. The rest of my team should be able to knock this out if Arceus messes up. So that's completely fine. I'll just send in Darmanitan. So this is a Choice Banded Darmanitan set. It's got Knockoff, Shadow Sneak, Sucker Punch, and Shadow Claw. I actually really, really like this set a lot. So I'm just going to... Can you not? Okay, can you attack me now? Thank you. Okay, that was pretty bad, and chances are it's just going to recover at this point. Or not. Well, that's your fault. And you know what, while we're here, actually no, we'll just keep it consistent with Sleepy. And finally here we have the Delta Maractus, has the traceability, has the focus band, and then it just has metronome. That's basically it. Delta Maractus is really, really cute. I like the design a lot, but it's gotta go. And what are the chances? The shiny is also really nice. I don't normally like gold, but that's nice. Go jump off a cliff. A really steep cliff. No, I'm not Sleepy Jirachi. Stop confusing me with him. The name Sleepy Jirachi sounds really, really, really familiar, but I don't see how you can confuse it with Sleepy Mon 12. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and move on up here. I've got Golem back in the front, and we're going to talk to this guy right here. Who do you think you are? What are you wearing? It's going to be Dekkuft. He's got the banhammer right there. I think that's the banhammer. Again, I don't know if I even said his name right. He's probably got what I consider to be the most meta team right here. Remember, this is Generation 6. Primal Groudon was peaking at Generation 6 when it got released. So it's got the Stealth Rocks, it's got Precipice Blades, it's got Lava Plume, and Thunder Wave. So I'm just going to get my rocks up. I don't really care what it does to me. I probably could have safeguarded, but I do need rocks up too. And then we'll go ahead and send in D-Brown right here. I think I'll go for a Reflect right here. And I think I'll also go for a Light Screen. So he will get the burn on me, that's fine. I'll go for a Taunt right there, and hopefully he should finish me off. So that Taunt should keep him from paralyzing my Arceus. It's worth it for taking the Stealth Rock damage. We should Sword Stance up to max, and again, this will pretty much be the same as all the other times. But I think he has a lot of meta members for Generation 6. I should probably drop a Earthquake. Yeah. That'll take this out probably. So next up he has Doug Trio. Has Arena Trap. It has the Focus Sash, which we took care of because we set up Stealth Rocks. Has Earthquake, Reversal, Stone Edge, and Sucker Punch. So all just Extreme Speed, and that's gone. Next up we have Heat Rotom, which actually wasn't a popular choice back then, as Levitate has the Choice Scarf, Thunderbolt, Overheat, Hidden Power Ice, and Volt Switch. And that's gone. And here is the Delta Venusaur. Has Regenerator, has the Delta Venusaurite, has Moonblast, Psychic, Leech Seed, and Protect. So we should be able to knock this thing out. It is pretty bulky though. Oh, that's unfortunate. And it's going to get the Hubris boost as well. I'll just go into Delta Darmanitan right here though. And I should be able to Shadow Sneak this. Next up is going to be Togekiss. I'll switch out right here. Scolipede should be able to handle these last two members. So Togekiss right here has the Serene Grace, has leftovers Nasty Plot, Air Slash, Thunder Wave, and Dazzling Gleam. And I'm just going to drop some rocks on it. So we should be able to knock it out right here. And finally, we have the Talonflame right here. Gale Wings, Flying Gym, Acrobatics, Will-O-Wisp, Roost, and Bulk Up. So it might actually knock me out, and I don't really mind if it does. So I'm just going to send in Darmanitan right here, and I should be able to Shadow Sneak this. There we go. I don't know if that critical hit actually mattered. But again, I think you can see why this is probably the most meta team right here out of all the dev teams that we faced. Anyways, we're just going to go ahead and leave this guy alone, and we're going to take on the last dev. As you can see right here, the door is locked, but we have 8 out of 9 taken care of. So just one more. I'm going to drop a safety save. We've got Golem in the front. I actually love this interaction with Golem right here. I am one of the 4 Rocket Brothers. Can you not waste my time, please? Well, we'll see about that. So he sends out the Wall, which is a Deoxys defense with pressure, has the red card, has Stealth Rock, Spikes, Taunt, and Knockoff. So hopefully he taunts me, and we get to bounce the taunt back. Then we get to explode on him for a little bit of damage, and we burn his red card, which is actually really, really cool. So I could set up on him pretty easily. Deoxys attack or defense doesn't have that good of an attack. So there's really not much he can do to me right now. He can sit there and spam knockoff for really, really pitiful damage while I get max attack. And trust me, you want to get max attack on this guy. Out of all of the developers, I think this guy means business the most. So I'll just go ahead and knock that out. Next up, he's got Curum. So it has Turbo Blaze, has Life Orb, Ice Beam, Draco Meteor, Fusion Flare, and Earth Power. And that is Curum White. Pretty dangerous, but we should be able to knock it out. Next up, we've got Milotic. Has competitive, has the Miloite, has Scald, Moonblast, Recover, and Dragon Tail. And again, we should be able to knock this out pretty easily. I might use Earthquake just for the extra damage. There we go. We also have Scissor right here. Technician, Life Orb, Sword Stance, Bullet Punch, Bug Bite, Superpower. It's completely fine though. And then he has his own Arceus. Well, except it's shiny. And it too has a crystal piece. And it has the exact same set as we do. So, Extreme Speed, Sword Stance, Recover, and Earthquake. See, I told you, this guy knows what's up. Finally, we have a Volcarona here, Delta Volcarona, Levitate, the Armor, Dark Pulse, Toxic Spikes, Whirlwind, and Roost. And it's gone. You aren't one of those people who ask me questions without looking it up first on the wiki, right? No. And that is actually all 9 of the developers. But that took quite a bit of time. So I think we're going to leave it here, and the next part will probably be the last part of Insurgence. I still have other videos for Insurgence that I have to cover, but this will be the last part of the walkthrough official, which is pretty exciting and pretty sad. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, hope it helped, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.